finger flicking fuckery Friday, 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 finger flicking fuckery. So today I'm going to show you guys some finger flicking fuckery stuff here. It's going to be just a flourish that a lot of things are going on. So it should give the right indication to the spectator that you have too much time to yourself. Cunt. So for this, I'm going to use this aviator deck. You could really use any deck, but I'm just using this one. So the cut is going to look a little bit like this. I should be able to put some relatively trendy music here to the cut for your entertainment pleasure. So here goes. So that's the cut. There's a lot happening at the same time, but it's actually not as hard as you may think. So I'm gonna break it down into some manageable steps here. Cultural appropriation here. So the first thing you got to do for this cut is you are going to riffle some cards onto your right hand. So you're just gonna grab and riffle some cards, or if you want, you could just break off half the deck into your right hand. Now the grip that you're going to be holding it in your right hand is like this. So the forefinger right here in the back, putting a little bit of pressure in the middle of the stack here, the thumb on this right corner here. Now it's going to happen essentially in a little bit is you're going to release pressure with that thumb and revolve that half onto your left hand. So the way to do this is that you're putting pressure with the forefinger here, a little bit of pressure, just bending the cards a little bit, and just holding that pressure with your thumb. Now, when you want that packet to spin over, you're going to release the pressure with your thumb, and it should just spin over once. Now, you're not going for one of these where they just spin and then a card gets launched. You're just going for one revolution here. So that's pretty much all that's happening. So just try to flip, just in your mind. Just try to get the deck to flip once, and it'll eventually register to your fingers there. Now, yeah, if you want, you could do 2 revolutions if you're particularly fancy, but I wouldn't recommend against it. You show off cunt. So this is all that's going to happen with the right hand. Again, you're putting pressure and releasing it with the thumb. Let me get some. I'm gonna get some Western Brazil and some lower region of Italy slow motion here. There you go. Look at that. Being as generous as possible to my European peeps. So that's the first step here. You're going to just revolve that into the right hand. Now what the left hand is doing a Charlier cut. That's the first step here. So all that's happened so far is you revolved either half or maybe a third of the deck onto the right hand and gripped it in this way and done a one-handed cut with the left hand. Now you're going to do the finish here. You're going to have that done on top of the lower stack of that Charlier cut. So you're going to essentially just launch this half onto that stack, and this is where you should be at this point. So let me just get some Argentinian steak slow motion right there. So there, boom, PigCake production there, that value. So that is the first half of the cut. Now, once you get to this point, you're going to use these dirty right fingers to grab this top packet and essentially put this bottom packet just halfway, holding it there. Now comes the hardest part of this entire cut here, which is the spin, the Benihana just to drop that video again, because there's another false cut, but you're essentially doing the same thing. And the best advice that I can give for this particular part here, which is going to be you are flipping this half onto the left hand, is that you want to practice just putting enough of a rotation so that it revolves once. You don't want it to revolve too many times, because then the cards land face up and it becomes a little bit awkward. You have a little bit of an awkward finish there, but if you just practice enough to just get one rotation, that's going to be where you want to be. So you don't want to overdo it and give one of these shake weight memes, but you just want to give enough of a little gentle shake to just revolve this once onto the left hand. So once you get to this point, you're just going to hold the deck half there. Now, if you put sufficient pressure, the cards should stick to themselves and not separate and not have one of these messes there. But if you do put too much force when you're flipping the deck, you're going to have cards everywhere, and your parents are going to walk into your bedroom and wonder what you've been watching. So essentially here, once you get to this point, you just want to put enough pressure and you want to put enough force with the right hand so that it revolves once and you catch it with your left hand. Now, once you get to this David Copperfield, I just fucked your bitch position, what's going to happen is that to complete the cut, you could either do two things. You could either do the same move from earlier and put it on the bottom of the stack. So you're just going to revolve this half slightly in the left hand towards the right. And then you're going to spin this packet and flick it over in the same way that you did the first half. You could either do that, or you could just drop it simply there. So this hand simply levers over the packet. This half just spins it over onto the bottom, and that completes the cut. So once you put all that together, you have a nice little cut here that a bunch of stuff is happening, and it keeps the deck in the exact same order. Now, where can you apply something like this? You have a hard time applying this, but you could have a card selected and then control it to the top and then go, oh, let me just give the deck a simple cut here to see if I could find your card. Just a little bit of a simple cut. Was that your card? And when they say yes, then you collect the panties and put them away, because that's not reality. So you need to wake up, because that is not going to get you anywhere in life. But it's a cool, simple false cut. Apart from that flippy move, the rest of it is pretty simple. So you practice that, you give it the time it deserves in a day, and make sure to do all the things that people do to videos. So share it with your friends, put it on a poster, and make sure to press that submarine button. I'm gonna go figure out ways to find better jokes for the end of the videos. Again, when I see you 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 again.